You guys look nice. I gotta look nice.
How was the workout in terms of physicality and toughness? How did everything go out there? 'Cause I think you tweeted that workout in Miami on Tuesday didn't go so well.
Yeah, the one in Miami didn't go well. Today went much better for me. It was just making shots, and stuff. But the workout was intense, but it was good. I like working with the coaches, and a lot of the teaching points they had were very good. So it was a much better day today, and I'm happy it went the way it went.
What other differences do you see between Miami? I guess the way it was structured, the workout between Miami and here.
I think the biggest difference is in Miami they had a lot of dunking and stuff like that, which isn't really my go-to. But here they had more skill stuff, which is more honed for my skill set. So I liked it a lot more as far as the stuff they asked us to do.
What are coaches trying to get you to work on? What do you feel like you have to work on to get yourself a rough position for the draft?
I think the best thing I can do to help my draft stats would be, get my body in better shape, tone up. It's a 82-game season with great athletes. So I think my skill set's there or getting closer. But as far as my body, that's the biggest thing that needs to change and continue to change. And it's been changing for 4 years, and I'm a guy that's always going to have to fight to get my body right. So.
How much did your NCAA run feel like? How much did you feel like it's helped you, just innate and recognition from pro scouts and pro coaches?
180% difference. I mean, it's one of those things where before the tournament, I was doing the same stuff I'm doing now, but a lot of people didn't know about St. Mary's or myself. And now, I mean, even walking the street last night, I got in, I walked to Chipotle over here, and people are like, Omar, like random people in the street knew my name in DC, which is crazy, but it's awesome. So it's helped a lot, and not just with the coaches, but just America across the country knows, more about me and St. Mary's as a whole team.
How much do you think it had to do with your personality as much as your game?
I think a lot. I mean, guys parade up here, everybody can play. I mean, you gotta bring something different. The guys are up here boring. The workout was good. Like, nobody wants to hear that. It's boring. It's crap. No, you guys can't write about it. We don't want to read it. So, you gotta come up and tell it how it is. Miami, I sucked. Here, I did well. Stuff that people want to hear. I mean, I'm a sports journalist major, so I know it's hard to do interviews with guys that are just mumbling and barely speaking. So, yeah, I think that helped a lot. Just being open to the camera and to you guys. We're just all friends chopping it up.
My theory was that you guys, St. Mary's, had more fun in the tournament than any other team.
I guarantee that. If they gave the national championship according to fun level, we blew it out. It was a 30-point blowout. St. Mary's won it all. National champs.
What allowed you guys to do that?
Part of it was just the way we were playing, coached. We play to have fun. That's why we play as passionate as we do, because we love the game. And part of it was because nobody expected us to be there, so we had absolutely nothing to lose. Villanova, they have a lot to lose. They were at one point the number one team in the country. We weren't ranked all year, so what do we have to lose? So we went out, had fun, and enjoyed the heck out of the tournament, and made history for our school at least. We've never done anything like that before, so it was great.
Two previous guys talked about nerves, being nervous. You had already worked out in Miami. Did you have that same butterflies?
Not as much. I came in here last night and got an opportunity to shoot around and had the ball going in, so I was excited and went to bed and woke up more excited than nervous. It's one of my favorite things to do is play basketball, so any chance I get an opportunity to, it's fun. So close second to come talk to you guys.
How much sleep did you get? Both these guys before talking about how they barely slept.
Slept like a bear. Nice bed. My roommate wasn't loud, so it was great. No, I had my own room and all that. It was great. So yeah, I wasn't too nervous. It's one of those things you do or you don't. You can either play or you can't. So there's NBA guys in there, or there's my high school coach. It's all the same at the end of the day.
I have a sneaky suspicion you and Sam Cassell had some interesting conversations today.
Sam's the man. They asked us to do a dunk. Like, just you can go up and do any dunk you want. So guys are out there doing crazy stuff, and I mean, I can barely jump. So I look at Sam. I said, "Lob?" He said, "Yeah." So I dribbled up like I was gonna dunk it, threw it to Sam. He threw it back. I dunked it. So it was fun. I barely got up. I threw down a hoop from Sam Cassell today. That was the highlight.
Do you think your body improving that? What is it that you did to change? When the St. Mary's weighing 310 pounds, chop that down pretty good. What is it you changed in your mentality?
Well, I've lost about 50 pounds, and a lot of it is just eating better. I don't eat what I want to eat, which is horrible. I live to eat. Like, it's the favorite thing to do, so it's hard. But the next biggest thing was work. You just got to constantly work out and constantly be burning calories and figure out everything you put in your mouth. So it's necessary change. It's why I'm here talking to you guys today, but it was definitely a long, hard road.
So you see that as like a highlight on your resume that you've been able to do that, you can improve even more for.
Right, I think it's kind of like, because a lot of the NBA guys aren't sure where my body is. Even in Miami, Pat Riley was like, I don't know, your body type's going to work. And that's kind of my selling point. Is like, well, I've lost 60 pounds, and if you need me to lose another 60, I will. If that's what it takes. I just want to play basketball. So, yeah, I think it's a real big selling point and a tribute to kind of how much I like the game and how serious I am about changing to make it work.
What do you consider yourself, a 4 or a 5?
A 5, but I'm like Target. I'll play a 4, whatever you need.
Skill-wise, what do you think is like the big thing besides getting your body in shape? Skill-wise, what do you think is the big thing you still have?
I like to think I'm pretty skilled, but the biggest thing would be just knocking down open shots. It's especially with a team like this. You got Gilbert, you got a bunch of guys that can really drive it, and they can get their own shots. So I'm not going to have to create a ton. I'm just going to have to get that 15-foot, 17-foot jumper and knock it down at a high level, kind of like a Brad Miller type. So that's definitely something I can improve on. Try to get that to 80%, let's say, every time I get it 80% of the time. So all that's important.
What do you think the possibility of playing with Gilbert Arenas this year?
Awesome. I mean, I grew up loving Gilbert, and we're kind of alike in some ways, I think. Just like he wears the 0 because a lot of people have doubted him over the years, and that's like me. I've had more NBA workouts than official college visits. So more NBA teams have called me than colleges when I was coming out of high school. So it's one of those things I look forward to it, and he's kind of a guy I've always looked up to. So it's awesome.
We're pretty active in social media, and Gil was one of those guys who didn't always work out well for him. So what kind of precautions do you take in that regard? You have the blog and
right.
Twitter.
You got. I got asked a similar question by Riley actually, and you got to be careful. But at the same time, I think that if you're open and honest with people, they respect that and understand that you're just like them. You know what I mean? And I'm no different. You happen to do media. I happen to put a basketball in a hoop. And that guy happens to be a doctor. It's all the same thing. We're all just people. But you got to be careful because the more you talk, the second you slip up, they're going to revert back and say, well, he's always joking around. He's always, how serious is this guy? So it's a fine line, but as an athlete, it's your job to entertain, and it's your job to bring the people in and be close with the community. If I came here, I'd love it because it's a big city and a lot of stuff going on. But it's your job, I think, to a certain extent, to extend yourself.
Do you follow other athlete Twitters or other social media?
I do a little bit. I think that Ocho Cinco is pretty entertaining. But it's like the fine line, like our test. Tweeting during halftime or whatever. It's a fine line, tweeting about stuff that happened in the locker room, stuff like that. The guys don't want to see that. And it's a fine line between informing everybody and doing too much. So.
What's your schedule like here on out?
I'm on my way to Detroit after this to go work out with the Pistons. And then I go home, take a few finals, graduate, which I'm really excited about, get that degree, and then get it on rolling from there. We've got a few more teams lined up. So.
Is that this weekend graduation?
No, next Saturday. Yeah, so a long time coming, but getting it done.
What did you think of some of the other players you were with today?
I thought they were good. I was impressed with how they played and everything else. I was kind of upset though because yesterday I wanted to get a little warm-up one-on-one with Obama. He said he was too busy for me. So, Brock, if you're out there, I'm looking for that one-on-one game still. That's the one I really want to see. The guys in there were good, but I really want to see Obama fill it up.
Is there anything about them that surprised you, that basically you've heard?
Not really. They were all solid players, working hard, so it's pretty much the same at all these workouts. Just guys that are chasing their dreams. Grew up thinking about it and just trying to be the best they can be. So they were good today.
Good luck to you.
Thanks.
Thanks.